is 3 a.m. The room is dark. In your arms, an infant is screaming, and nothing you do seems to change the volume. This is the 6-week crying peak. At this stage of development, most newborns will cry for hours on end, regardless of the comfort provided. Inside that room, 2 physiological events happen at once. The infant's distress floods their system with cortisol, and the sound of the scream triggers an identical hormonal spike in your own bloodstream. Treating this cry as a noise to be silenced misses the specific biological communication taking place. This is a cross-section of the infant brain. At birth, the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for reasoning, is still under construction. The infant operates from the limbic system and brainstem, the survival centers known as the downstairs brain. This survival center is broadcasting survival needs.
The communication fails because the infant is speaking a language that the adult hasn't yet learned to recognize. Calming this distress requires moving past the volume of the noise to recognize the specific signal underneath. We can start with the most urgent biological requirement: hunger. Long before the first sound, an infant exhibits physical cues. They turn their head, smack their lips, and root for a food source. Noticing these indicators allows for early intervention. Providing milk now prevents the downstairs brain from escalating into a survival scream. Intercepting the hunger signal early establishes a pattern of reliability. The infant's nervous system learns that its environment is secure. Other times, the downstairs brain is overwhelmed by sensory input from the environment. The indicators for overstimulation are distinct. The infant turns their head away, avoids eye contact, and exhibits jerky, aimless movements. Feeding an overstimulated infant usually fails. This state requires reducing the environmental load, dimming the lights, swaddling, or introducing rhythmic white noise. Mistaking overstimulation for hunger adds a new layer of sensory input to an overloaded system, increasing the infant's stress. The downstairs brain also broadcasts signals when the infant is calm. By 2 to 3 months, you will see indicators of social engagement, held gazes, cooing, and the first social smiles. These interactions form a circuit called serve and return. The infant's smile is the serve, your response is the return. When you provide a response, you complete a physiological feedback loop within the infant's nervous system. Identifying these specific states, hunger, fatigue, or the desire for play, moves caregiving from reactive firefighting to a systematic understanding of the infant's needs. This understanding supports the invisible construction happening inside the infant's head. Every second, an infant's brain forms over 1 million new neural connections. Each successful serve and return interaction calms the downstairs brain and builds the upstairs brain, the prefrontal cortex. This region is responsible for empathy, emotional regulation, and executive function. Responding to these signals provides the physical scaffolding for the future of the human mind. You will misinterpret these cues. You will miss the return. Accuracy isn't the requirement. The repetitive act of responding establishes the parent as a secure home base. This consistent presence acts as a biological buffer, protecting the developing brain from the effects of toxic stress. By learning to recognize this specific language, you are actively shaping the very physical structure of a child's brain.